thank you for coming, everyone. And thank you for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Zoraal manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Yasolani. We're quite certain of that much.
Speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
By all means.
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
Greetings, everyone.
It's the baby boy. Let's go. I was wondering how these two get involved.
After that long voyage, I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest, but I gather circumstances are quite dire.
All is well in the annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
Following the changing of Dawn servants, Gulul Jar Jar spoke about the Golden City to his two successors. Thanks to Wuk Lamat, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested. But, based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Baldessian annex that brought me to Zoraal. A letter from the Dawn servant addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold.
Indeed. The strange thing is, there was mention of neither Zoraal nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Galul Jar Jar. Like us, my grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the Sky Deep Cenote. And, like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with? This gate?
It was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
It led to another reflection.
I can take the story from here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter. I was there too, you see. In those ruins, together with Galuf and Galul Jar Jar. And what I saw that day, I'll never forget.
This black stone is remarkable. I cannot help but wonder if the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
It was over 1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of glowing stones.
It harbors high concentrations of ether, and on the surface are what appear to be arcane patterns. They aren't Allegan, or Mahi, or Nemian.
At a vendor casually selling them out for 7.5 million? Jesus.
Even then,
Seven hells! What did you do?
nothing.
An earthquake?
Yeah, Mike, you had logged off by the time I got to it in the story, but ow, my feelings.
None of this has ever happened before.
A void gate? Nay, this is different.
Oh. Files from a different reflection?
is this? Who are you?
Aww. The Cryal's not of the source.
Though it never opened again, Galuf continued to study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn something of value. All he could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the Void. We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach. Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact either. As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important, so Galul Jaja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Sharlayan and raised her as his own.
Then the child was...
The earring inside the letter to my grandfather. It was apparently found amongst my swaddling clothes.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself. Looking back, Grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this. But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
The forces that assailed Tuliyola. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers look like they could have been made from the same black stone.
And leading them was Zoraal. His involvement also lends weight to the theory. On the day of the succession ceremony, a bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, from my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit, you believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo. I know no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony, and the guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Zoraal just somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical armor.
It fits. And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections. But what of my home? What's become of it?
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare us.
As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
Huh. Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
I'm coming with you. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do. I have to put a stop to Zoraal and restore the people's happiness.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city. As such, I shall remain in Tuliolal. Come what may, I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
Thank you.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our forces. While one group ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed. There's something I wish to investigate out here, so I will remain.
I as well. The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared for the worst.
I wish to go to the dome. As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
In that case, please let me come too. I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the dome crew.
You should accompany them, Graha. I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments.
It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
Looks good to me. We'll find a way to deal with the threat. For the sake of Tural.
It's truly heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we set off, there's one thing I need to do. The people are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
Ooh. I like that I'm at level 96 gear, but I'm like level 98. That's gonna be the most unfortunate thing, is I'm gonna hit max level and then a whole bunch of good experience from main scenario is gonna go to waste. Unless I halt my entire story progression and get another class up to at least the same level rate. I don't know if I want to do that. Well, I mean, actually, it wouldn't be too bad now that I think about it, because I could just do it for my tanks. Got a couple of classes that are pretty good. Closer. Big despairing alpaca herd. But at least there's some citizen positive through all this. Yeah, by the way, I had no idea, like, these weapons already looked cool. Looked even cooler when I found out that they glow. I was like, dang, I get this just from playing main scenario quests as like a great equip. That's pretty.
Lamachi, are you all right?
Yes, don't worry. I'm ready for it. The fear, and sadness, and anger. Everything.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawn servant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor. And for a moment, we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel. And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zoraal.
Zoraal? It's true! I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Yasulani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well. But mark my words, I won't let Zoraal torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zoraal and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
Like our father before us, we will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
So the resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan. Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Dural's my home, and I'll do my part for it. Hear, hear, brother. That makes two of us. Or was that two of we? Never mind that. What of the rest of you? Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
We fight! We fight! We're two Leolans because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather this storm!
He's right. This is our nation, and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliolan!
Me too! Me too!
We're all together in this!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We've already learned much about our foe, and we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky. When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. Together, let us show the enemy the might of Tuli Yolal.
You are the beating heart of our nation, each and every one of you. Uncertain days lie ahead, but for now, I ask you to persevere, to go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike. Tuliyola will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
Appears to have been run through with a polearm. Certain dragoon has been hanging around. very interesting to see Estinian taking like a backseat. Where he's like, yeah, I'm here, but not really like a major phase story. Hell is that going on? Some sort of fate? Dude's ready to sacrifice that train. But we won't leave you with any sorrow. Never fear. Hey, Bloody. How you doing, bud? Oh, whoops. I hate that right click also advanced dialogue. Alright, so we're gonna Godzilla style load up a train with explosives and go ram it. Ooh. I'm assuming that the whole train sequence and everything is going to be a dungeon. Well, the only thing is that I don't know if... I don't think I would find Zoralja to be a trial fitting type of thing. You could ask the fellow with a fetish for formalities. Holy sh... Okahane, eh? Thermoware be able to help. Yakui I remember how to pronounce her name. I guess not. The soldiers will be riding their flying vessels. We'll need countermeasures to deal with them. I, for one, can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Any ideas for ranged weapons? We can install ballistas. All right. Time to put this train together so we can ram it and make it blow up. Yeah. Nothing better than kicking things off with a big bang. Attack if you want. Big bang attack. Ooh, we can get them from hunting some monsters? Okay, cool. The fact that they've added leaning to mounts is really cool. This is where I saw that like those big effects happen. Do 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 do. What ether current? Grab this on my way. Teamwork compilation. Montage. Holy shit, the realistic details on that, on Alize's ponytail, the little metal piece there was unreal in that shot. Looked like an actual piece of metal. Alright, everyone, that'll do it. Done your part. Leave it to us to finish mounting the armor and cannons, and have yourselves a hard-earned rest. You all again for answering the call. No need for thanks now. Whenever you need help, just give us a holler. Indeed, we must all do our part when our nation is imperiled. You're here. We love Zoraal, and we love you, Wuk Lamat. Love you all too. Your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain. This I promise. Oh wow, everybody logged in just now. Suki's trying to catch up on. Good luck, Sooks. Alright, here we go. From here on out, we won't stop working till the train's ready. If you have any preparations, now would be a good time to see to them. The boarding call will come before you know it. Ready as I'll ever be.
Right, we're just about done with the modifications, but I have to stress that we cannot afford a test run.
It's fine. We understand and accept the risks. We have faith in you and your craft. I'm sure everything will go to plan. With all the hard work everyone's put in, it couldn't be otherwise.
Finished at last! Behold, the pinnacle of locomotive engineering, the Dawn Blazer.
Amazing!
Yep,
She's been fitted with wooden armor and a crystal grounding rod to mitigate the effects of lightning. Naturally, we had to overhaul the engine so it could handle the extra weight.
I also had her outfitted with etheric cannons, the better to contend with enemy forces. And as they're modelled upon those used at the Crystarium, I can attest to their potency.
So, what do you reckon? Given the tight turnaround, I'd say we did a damn good job. Glad she's to your liking. I hate to let go of such a beautiful piece of machinery, but I know you'll give her a proper send-off for us.
At the risk of spoiling the mood, we should probably get moving.
Yep, you won't get far if you let them pummel you from the air, but you'll be safe enough once you reach the tunnel.
In that case, I will conceal the train with a spell once everyone is on board. It should last long enough for us to reach the tunnel unnoticed.
Right. So everyone, are we ready?
We've done all we can. Rest is up to you.
I won't let you down. All aboard!
Oh boy, here we go. It's cool hearing Graha using actual spell names from Final Fantasy games. Here we go.
At this speed, we should arrive at the dome in no time at all.
But not before we're spotted, I expect. Stay alert!
Here we go. Stand fast, everyone!
Let's go, Kryl. This is awesome. Oh shit.
Erinville, I need you to take over for me.
He's deflecting the bullets. Oh my god. Oh, that was great.
Oh, that was too close. Still alive, Erinville?
Mostly.
At last, the enemy stronghold. We should hurry before they can regroup.
Let's go and find out what's inside.
All right, dungeon time. Do do do. Do. Yeah, I know. It's Facebook chat. It's the that thing. Don't worry about it. Wow, this place is futuristic as fuck. Shit. God damn it. I gotta remember, when that electrical field marker appears, the characters aren't moving because they're already in their safe spot. That is a really cool mechanic. Too bad those are boots that I can't wear. It's so quiet because I'm focused. This is actually a really cool dungeon. I like it a lot. Whew. Alright, who's waiting for me at the end here? Xander the Snakeskin. Thick sword, dude. This guy's going down way too easy. Or maybe just the NPCs are actually going hard on him for once. Yeah, as I thought. Dude's gonna get back up. Soul of the Whoa! Pay for the souls made me waste a stay. Oh, that's fucked up. New truth revealed, eh? What in the... That's actually very neat. Oh shit. He did the front guard, this fore guard. Fore guard and rear guard. I see. Wow. Dungeon boss, where paying attention to the name of the skill actually matters. I feel like it's been a while since we've had a dungeon boss. Me and my little ear wiggle. Oh, I immediately got the minion. Nice. Lucky me.
What greeted us was not the home that I had left behind. There was no mistaking we had reached Yasulani, and yet it was wholly unlike my memories. The lands of my childhood had changed beyond imagining. To where had I returned? We tread on, the darkened skies above a mirror to my heart, clouded with fear and uncertainty.
How bizarre. This cannot be Yasulani, can it?
Heritage Found. Nebulous. Cured. Say that. Honestly, I'd be playing a game as often as this. For any new game that came out. Also, you could be addicted too if you just played. It doesn't make sense. That tower, was it always there? Oh, definitely not. Where are the walls? Yes, I love it when he does there. Damn. Whatever the boss is there, I can totally take him. I mean, yeah, probably. I'm curious what class you would ultimately choose to become if you were to play this game. Like, if you were to truly devote yourself to the game, and like, let's say you had no problem paying the subscription and everything, yada yada yada. I wonder what class you'd pick. Especially with all the changes and everything. How many in total are there? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We don't count this one because it's a limited job. So 21 in total. Sounds cool. Yeah. Reaper needs a little, in my opinion, the hell was that? Thought I heard a huge beep in my ear. It was weird. Reaper is a class that's like very simple to pick up. Its routine for its combos are pretty much the same. There's not much to really go. I haven't played higher level Reaper for Dawntrail, but I'm hoping that they at least tweaked it so that it's a little bit more like fun. A few more fun skills to use here and there. Otherwise, you're just pressing like the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but this time you procced 5. Stuff like that. One of the mechanical soldiers long since broken, apparently. I'd say its presence confirms this is indeed Zoralja's domain we're in. What about the rest of you? Did you learn anything? So all evidence suggests this is Yasulani Station. And I've no doubt we're in Yasulani, but I don't understand why these buildings are so run down. They were completed barely a year ago. For new structures to deteriorate and enormous ones to appear in a flash, if I didn't know better, I'd say time flows differently here. Such a thing even possible? We have encountered this phenomenon before, as it so happens. Though it may be difficult to believe, our world is but one of several. In some respects, they are similar to one another, but in others, wholly different. We call them reflection. Simply put, the rift between dimensions causes time to flow at a different pace in each world. While hours pass in one, years may have come and gone in another. But if this is Yasulani, then we should still be in the source. The flow of time should be synchronized. I'm not sure I follow all this talk of reflections and dimensions, but if Aaronville says this is Yasulani, then it must be. The village is a little further along, right? Aaronville! Oh, yes, it's a short distance to the northwest. Let's head there next, then. Rather than talk theory, it's always better to confirm things firsthand. May I be of assistance? It's still functioning? Doesn't seem to be hostile, at least. Perhaps we can ask it some questions. Can you tell us where we are? Unable to confirm credentials. Please present citizen identification. Unable to confirm credentials. Confirm. Seems broken after all. Too strange by half. Let's leave it be and get going. Those lightning rods? would you accompany me for a moment? There's something I wish to investigate. Oh, man. Oh, wait. That's right. I need to tune. You know, I feel, Neb, like you would probably also like Viper. It's a little busy, but it feels really nice to play. Look there, the lightning appears to be drawn to those bowl-shaped structures over yonder. The design suggests there's some manner of lightning rod. Don't take a closer look. Like, for example, this is Reaper in action. This material seems to be the same that used in the mechanical soldiers of warship. Closer inspection appears to bear fine etchings, rather reminiscent of arcane runes these. Suspect they're not merely decorative. I would posit it's used to harness lightning as a source of energy. Quite impressive technology. I'll share this observation with Y'shtola for a blessing. The dome doesn't appear to interfere with link. Thanks for accompanying me. Let's head to the village and find the other. What in the world?
My home. It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? And where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Damn it all. None of this makes sense.
Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Zoraal has told me a great deal about you.
Zoraal?
Greetings, and welcome to the realm of Alexandria. I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Queen of Reason?
If you are the Queen of Reason, is there perhaps a...
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a King of Resolve. Zoraal holds that title, and together do we reign.
Then you are both behind the attack on Tuliyollal.
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception.
No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight. Zoraal rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I. It is at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
Our aid? I'll admit I cannot imagine King Zoraal is keen to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the queen.
Indeed. But I was once the sole ruler of Alexandria. Until one day, he appeared, bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power. So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it. A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people...
If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected but recently. How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Yassolani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins. Where did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know.
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself. What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliyollal suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliyollal. Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barriers surrounding our realm.
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the First. Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. Not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope. In which case, a closer examination of the effects of this phenomenon may afford us more insights. Allow me to take you to the outskirts. A number of the Shatona live there as well. Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Hold on. If we accept, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zoraal, we need to understand how he grew so strong. Besides...
You're right.
Queen Sphene, before we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tulihiola?
Noble Wuk Lamat, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zoraal, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tuliolo.
So he alone is to blame.
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Perhaps. I know next to nothing about you, let alone what you've been through. So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting your people.
Wonderful! If you would follow me. Is that concern or suspicion? If things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid? I jest, of course, but you do strike me as the most capable here.
Hmm.
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
Queen Sphene? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The queen has come!
You look well, Paquine. And Katonye, I see you've already taken to your new position.
When she introduced herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Lamachi.
Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people. And I should like to know them as best I can, even the most trifling details.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put.
And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Tuliolol's vow of resolve, Wuk Lamat, and her companions. They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Wuk Lamat is still so young. Where are my manners? I am Popone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Papone? That is a Tonawautan ring to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kafkiwa?
Kafkiwa? I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Oh. Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasulani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake.
Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light. And then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Popone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
30
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoraal military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
"30 years. Little wonder Zoraal assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
This is a piece of another reflection.
I cannot say for certain, but I strongly suspect that to be the case. And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information. Sphene, would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasolani.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zoraal.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living. Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please, you needn't trouble
So
yourself.
does that cat hoodie actually have a hood for the ears, or is
It's
more
no
for drip?
trouble at
What,
all.
for the little character?
And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care.
I assume it's just a regular cat hoodie,
Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
for most races. Though, for my specific race, Gote, maybe? Maybe the ears fit in there, but I doubt it.
Can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine, and that's enough for me.
But unfortunately, I'll never know because I'd have to pay real money. Alexandria, huh? I was wondering where the Final Fantasy IX references would come. Ooh, I should have tuned. From the looks of it, this might be the second hub city. Or no, because I can ride my mounts here, so it won't. Be sure to not let me out of your sight. Those two are the same. Still need to know though why Kryl was brought to the source, raised by someone else. Like, what led to her parents bringing Kryl here? Well, not to this specific place, but our world. Place is crazy design. Well, what are your impressions of the farm? Everything was surprisingly normal. Oh, that's comforting to hear. Your word serves to affirm that my people do not work with undue strain. What did you think of our little tour, Lamat? You call me? That inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name and I thought... Oh, no, it's fine. As you said before, we've no need for titles in for... As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. That machines can be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Feeling is understandable. Indeed, many still find the machinery behind me baffling. The system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock has been acting up lately. Acting up, you say? You didn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often. Put simply, it's taken in water that had a strong lightning charge. You think some creatures have become charged up with the energy and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. You can take care of it if you'd like. That is most gracious of you to offer, but it is much too dangerous. Oh, it's no trouble for the vow of resolve of Tuliolel. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. B-Dog is even stronger than I am. Shouldn't take us long at all. Then very well. I gratefully accept. Please take all care. Alright, give me a moment. I'm eating some cake. You're gonna do a bit of editing? I mean, that's where YouTube video tutorials come into play. You just look up how to do this specific edit that you want to do in whatever program on YouTube. You'll get like 30 different tutorial videos. Yeah, exactly. Doing the VC. You're not making edits related to audio, then you can like watch a video while you do it. Lots of ways to make it fun. I guess I can just hear that. Uh-oh.
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
I'm glad you could make it.
Are you with us?
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right.
Mika.
What's the matter, dear?
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me! Wuk Lamat!
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
No.
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on, in us.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Wait! Where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
Man, that's sad.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's noxious influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sphyn's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder.
He's hiding something.
Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraal resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoraal do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father, and to do so, I intend to take Zoral's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa? You might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud. Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
Okay. Hell, it's like all memory of Namika just got erased. Happened. On the cloud. Hang on. There's a couple of play on words I'm noticing potential for here. Same for everyone. A single person remembers Namika, if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. I would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act too, and I sensed none in that moment. Neither did I. I did notice something else. Right before, Pipone seemingly forgot, a light in the device on his head began. Could there be a connection? Someone else said something about soul cell. But who might we ask about? If we continued making such inquiry, perhaps we would only cause confusion. Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for Kakua instead? Dean said to try the Thunder Yard. Could be in this direction. Other kind of mechanical soldier? It looks dangerous. We better destroy it. Ah! Could we give chase? I think it understood our words. It might be worth asking it. Aaronville, are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. Fine. Well, it went off in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's try to track it down.
is this?
Aaronville!
A trap?
It really is you!
Huh?
Who?
I just had to get a look at you in the light. And I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Olympia!
My darling, what now?
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way? Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I'd know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galul Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face! Elenespia was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry?
Oh, but this won't do. Come in, come in! Friends of my Elenespia are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
Hey, thoughts of Zero and the others. Wow. The quest literally said it to me. I was like, by cloud, they're either saying Cloud 9 or they meant like the cloud, like internet archive. Sure enough, an internet archive. Okay. I am so tired. I'm gonna fall asleep. So I'm gonna end stream here. And call it a day. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a fantastic evening. See y'all next time. Bye.